This tutorial is sponsored by the 3D Coloring Book, a project specifically designed to help empower artists who are struggling with texturing in Substance Painter and to help show you that anyone can create beautiful pieces of art with just a little bit of practice and guidance. To instantly gain access to hundreds of pre-made professional level models and hours of high quality tutorials, click the link in the description and begin your journey today.
Hello, I'm Alexia Moleon and I'm a student in the Niagara High School in Paris. I'm here today to explain how I've done this ice attack effect. In first, we're going to see how the asset was done and painted. Then we're going to see how I made the Niagara system and the shader I used. To start, a friend of mine, Tyra Cureno, sculpted on that brush asset. Baked on marmoset and paint this on Substance Painter with the help of the hand paint filter I created. I'm going to show you how you can use this filter. This filter allows you to have a base of hand paint, like you see just with the base color. You have a shadow and light. It's really simple. You have just to take a fill layer and put in the generator the hand paint filter. This filter is all customizable. Here you can choose the base color, just like that. And here the variation. If we look, okay, we don't see that. Here we can see a little bit. Just here, it's just to make a hand paint effect. Okay. After that, you can use the edge position just to mark the edge. With the slider, you can put more or less, and you can change the contrast or the color just here. Yep. After that, you have the light. You can choose where does the light come from. Just left or right or top or bottom, and here like that. Yes. Yes, and you can make it change the opacity, the intensity, just to make like you want. And change the contrast. And you have the same thing for this shadow. After, like you see, it's a little bit darker, and we have volume. We don't have normally with just the base color. And after that, you can put dirt, just like that. Yes, and you can change the color. And we have the edge blur, just here you have the edge blur just to fade a little bit the edge, like that. You can change all the color of this filter. Yes. With this filter, you have the base of your texturing. Then you can paint some variation in the color, just like that, with some filter, some layer. Sorry. And here just going to put a gradient to make darker the bottom, and we finish with the texturing. Then the texturing was over, I modified the ice in 3ds Max to get this kind of a shape. Yep. To start, we're going to see the ice. When I work, I made all my Niagara emitter, and after I combined them to get the final effects that I can use. Just like that, just here. Here we have all the Niagara emitter combined, like you see. And first we're going to see the ice. There we are. Okay, I'm just going to change this time. Okay, it's better than like that. For start, we just have to change the renderer to put the mesh renderer. I don't know. Okay, like that. And here we just have to put our asset, and we're going to see the shader I used to make this ice. Okay, pam 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 pam. Okay, here you have the map I get with the painter. I just multiply the base color with a particle color that I can change the color of the life in Niagara system, and the emissive color. But the most important thing here is how I made the dissolve effect. Okay. I use a gradient just like that. I take text coordinates with mask. That multiply with a power, and I put a dynamic parameter to change that in the Niagara system to use that. And I put a little map to make some noise in the dissolve, not just a gradient. Just like that. Okay. And that I upload in the opacity. Okay. Mask, I think. I don't remember why I had that. I don't know. Ah yes, and I put this material on the subsurface to make the ice a little bit realistic. Right? Yes. Sorry. Okay, it's that's all for the shader. Okay, I just make a spawn burst because I want all the particles at the same time and just once. Yep. And I make that spawn in a cylinder to have just my particle in this space. I can change if I want that's bigger or smaller. Okay, just like that. Here I change the lifetime to make, and here I put two variable to have variation in the color. Yes, you just have to click here and just write uniform random linear color to have two color that we can to set up in the Niagara system, not here. Okay. Okay. Yes, and I just add a box location in a particle adapt just to move the particle to make an effect like they come from under the ground. Just, the location is here and you would just want to go up, and we use the box location for that. We put box size to 000 and we just change the location. Then we add the dynamic material parameter. We used to change the end of the life of the particle to make it dissolve. Yes, so we take this time and we put value to 20 to make the particle disappear at this time. When your Niagara emitter was done, you just have to put him in the Niagara system, and I duplicated him in 3 to make it spawn in a line. And to make this effects of cone, I just change some parameter like the cylinder location. Just here, the cylinder radius, I modified it and I put the offset in negative to make it spawn under the ground. And I think that's all. I just modified it. Oh no, I modified. Sorry, the scale of the particle to make it bigger and bigger and bigger, and the offset here to don't make it spawn at the same place, and like you see the color and the scale like that. And I think that's all I change here. Now we're going to see the crack effect. Here I just take a mesh renderer, just like the other. I take a plane and I put my shader in this. I make it in translucent. I take a map just like that. That's also my friend Tyra Creno who made that. Just to paint that. I use all the map for the opacity, but I modified a little bit the map for the emissive and the base color to have an effect. Just don't have all the crack in emissive or color, but have black and color. So modify with a multiply and a subtract with the noise, just to have a little bit variation in this. And I just multiply the map with a particle color to change this color over the life in the particle effect. I just forgot to do that. I get a multiply and I'm going to multiply with the alpha. Like that, I can modify the opacity of the of the mesh in the Niagara system. Yep, just like that. Okay, and here you see we have variation in the color and in the alpha. And just like the other, we just put them in line. Okay. Yes, and I want to, yes. For this effect, we've done the same thing we've done for the ice. We just make it spawn burst. Just that strip, that's the difference. But we also put them in a cylinder location. It's the same thing. Just something I forgot to explain is what we done in the scale color. We used the curve to make a light effect during the effect. We put the color at 20 to make the light effect when the particle spawn, and the value go down over the life of the particle. And we've done the same for this, but we just want not disappear from the beginning of his life, but from, yes, like that. I think it's so good. Yes. We've done with this Niagara emitter. We just have to put him in the Niagara system, and we have to put the same parameter what we put in the ice, and it will be okay. We just finished with that. We can see how to make the stone. Okay, here we just add a little smoke effect. Just can see here, like, okay. It just to show the ice is really cold, so we made a little smoke around. You just have to do simple smoke and put it around the ice, just to have this effect, like that. Okay, now we're going to see how we made the beam on the side. Just no, here. We're going to see how to make that. Okay, and this one too, just like that. To start, we just take the sprite material, and we had a light renderer just to make a better result. And we make it span burst to get 3 beams at the same time. We want them in length, so we put a bigger value in Y than in X, like you see here. And we want a variation in the scale, so we put a new uniform ranged vector 2D, just like that, here, just here. Then we have variation with that. Okay, and for the color, we're going to put a big value because we want to see the light on the ground. just here, you know. And we just modified the radius scale in the light renderer for the same reason. And we're going to see that just here. Normally you see that a little bit like that. Yep. Finally, we just put the velocity to make it work. We put a big value in X and a little less in Y just to make it go on the side. The emitter is done. The emitter is down. We just have to put him in the system. We put 2 beam. For the second, we just put the inverse value in Y to make it go on the other side, just like that. Yep. And we're done for the beam. Okay, now we're going to see how to make these little stars, just like that. To begin, yep. I just choose a really simple material, just like you can see here. I paint this quickly, and I use with a particle color like always, with the alpha and the color in emissive. Okay, like for the other, I used a spawn burst, just like that, and I just here I use the velocity in that to make it spawn quickly up a big value, just like you can see here. And I make it spawn in long around the ice with the cylinder location, like that, just like that. And but I don't want that they go anywhere, so I used a drag. With that, the stars stay around the ice. Just, you know, I don't want this. I want to stay here. Then I put a little gravity just to make a little effect, like you see. They go down a little bit. And thus this, I don't need that. I don't know why I have this. Okay, and I just put curl noise forces to put some variation in the particle movement. I put a big value in the sprite attribute because we don't see them if I don't do that. And like for the other, I put the color to make variation when we're going in the Niagara system. Yep. Put two value, one's in blue and one's like that, but I want the shine, so I put a 5 just to make this effect. And we're done with the stars. Okay, now we're going to see the burst effect I used to show the impact on the ground, like that. This one, just here. Going to see better there. Just that. Okay. Okay. I just show the really simple material just like that. Again with the particle color. And again used spawn burst like that, but I used the tourist location just to have this effect. Just like that, you can make it smaller, bigger, as you want, as the effect you want. And I used pen force to and I use a pen force to make it move from a point of in the middle of the terrace. Just you see like that, nothing move, and you just put that like that. And like for the other, you just have to put variation in the lifetime, in the color, and yes, that's all I think. Yes. Now the second stars, they really look like the first. Number change, like we're going to see, just like that. We make it spawn just at the same time of the ice. That's a bigger difference. The big change is we have 3 stars, 3 emitter of these stars, just spawn at the same time of the ice. Okay. Like you see, I just use the same material. Yep, exactly the same. And we've got spawn burst like the other, velocity like this, like the other stars. Just the change is the cylinder location. We want this one in height and not in length. So we can change the color noise forces. Okay, that's, I don't know why that's here. Okay, delete, and delete. Okay. Yes, what we change. Okay. It's okay. What we change is the gravity forces, just to make the stars fall, make a big gravity, just to make it fall like that. And I think that's all. Yes, like the same. Yep, that's all for this stars one. Now we're going to see the effect we have in the end. In the end, just here. For this one, I used particle, but I used a vector field. Just here, like you see. You just have to go in particle adapt, particle spoon, sorry, and you just have to put that, and in that you just have to put your vector field in here. Personally, I used vector field I made on Houdini, but you can find vector field on the net, I think. Okay, to make it work, you have to use color noise forces. Like you see, if you don't have that, not working. You can change the value, and it depends on the effect you want. Okay, I think it's good for me that Yep, just change that like that. Okay, it's a little bit, yes, it's okay. Yes, we just use sphere location I put at once, but you can put bigger, it's really like you want. Yep, like the other same parameter here. Yes, I use the drag because if I don't put that, they're going everywhere and I don't want that. I want it stay here. I can put the drag bigger, it's like you want, but for me it's good. And I put that in my system, just like that, and I change the color, I change the lifetime, I change it. Okay, just here you can. Okay, I just change the value here to have that. Okay, in my system I just change this fair location to make it a little bigger, and I change not here the scale color here to apparition in the life of the particle, and I just put that to 0. I don't care. And yes, that's all I think. Yes, I just add this value here. And finally, I just duplicate that. Okay, I think I don't have the good vector field now. Yep. Yes, and I just duplicate to have variation, to have a bigger particle, and just change its color. Yep, that's all I think for this one. Yes. Okay. Okay, now we're going to see the animation composite, just to have that effect. Just to put the animation with the Niagara emitter system. Like you see, we have the animation and the particle. We just have to right click, create anim composite just here. Okay. In the animation composite, you just have to right click, add notified states, and time and Niagara effect. And here you can put new effects, and that's made animation composite you can use after. Okay, I just have to put him at the right time because just here just at the time while the character hit the ground. Yes, sorry. Just have to find the right time. I do something wrong. Okay. Okay, it's okay. Okay, I just have to find the moment. Yes, it's here, and I put my Niagara system. Just to have to wait that come back, and yes, it's the right time. Okay, now we're going to see how to attach. Now we're going to see how to attach the other particle. You just have to put sockets on the end bones. Just have to go in the skeleton, and find the buttons, the left hand buttons, right click, add socket, and you just have to do the same from the right hand. And we go back in the composite, and you just have to put the exactly same name just to attach the particle, and then the particle follow the socket like you see. And that's all for the composite. We're finally going to see how to make this shake, the camera shake effect. Is really simple. You just have to use a blueprint like that. Right click, blueprint class, and you have to search camera shake. I name it my shake, but it's camera shake. Just here. And here you just have to put the value you want, and you think it's good for you and for what you need. Okay, and that's all I think. I hope you like this video, and if you have any question, I will be happy to answer to you. Have a good day.